At it again and back again with another video, my guys. Anyways, I don't normally do this kind of content, but this is something to do with my life, right? So I have a group of individuals that I used to go to school with back in 7th and 8th grade, right? I've I don't know what school they go to anymore, but I'm online, so like I don't really talk to them as much, and I forgot to get the personal information back when I was in school. So I can't really get in contact with them except for the YouTube channel. But recently, events, as I found through AJ's channel, which his Walk Star Trap, yeah, my burr, he's got some good music. You guys should check it out. Anyways, so I went through him, and then I didn't know they had a YouTube channel called JSAA Boxing. I only knew about like the Facebook and a few other things, but I didn't know that was that. Like I never knew there was a YouTube channel until I found about it, right? And then I look, because I'm watching through AJ's point of view. It's talking about a fight between somebody called Hector and my boy Arcero. I know who Arcero is because I met him. He's that guy. Anyways, that off topic. But anyways, so the reason is I guess Hector canceled for what reasons? Well, I don't even know. I gotta still watch the video. I haven't listened to it fully, but I don't know his reason on why he canceled. But if you canceled for no reason, that is wild. That is crazy, my G. I don't have, it's blasphemy right there. You're just spewing blasphemy. That's why your belt is gone. Even though I'm not a part of it, I would love to be a part of it. Like, honestly, I would. But I just don't know how my parents would feel. And yeah. But anyways, let's just get into the video so we can see more closely on what is going on right now.
Yeah, so I share here from JSAA Boxing, and obviously 017 got canceled. It was supposed to be the biggest card, 200 subscriber card. Supposed to be the best card, most matches we ever had. We had a total of 8 matches on the card in the beginning, maybe 8 or 9, and you know, it was supposed to be the best card. You had the main event, me and Hector for both belts, to see who would become the first ever JSAA Boxing double champ. Second co-main event, you had Jaden and Andrew to see who would become the first ever JSAA Boxing heavyweight champ. Fighting that, you had Isaiah versus Tino, 2 skilled fighters for the JSAA Boxing super middleweight championship. You know, you just had hella fights, and then the undercard was obviously stacked, like Tommy and Deja Vu being the main fight on the undercard that everybody was hyped for.
They got this professionally set up. They even got the weight divisions and all this, bro. That is tight. I weigh like 170 right now.
Donovan and this other Hector, Santi's cousin, Santi and Meza. Just so many fights we could have had on this card. And unfortunately, the whole event got canceled the day of it. And I'm pretty much gonna go through what happened, why the event got canceled, and give you guys a little bit more closure on what happened about the event. So pretty much what happened is, later yesterday we got a call or a text about Jaden. He was super sick and he wasn't gonna be able to do his fight, and he said he doesn't want to quit his match, but he wants to know if he could postpone it to a different event. And Andrew was down with the idea. Andrew was like, you know, because Andrew couldn't even show up to the event if even then, so their fight had to be canceled on both terms. Andrew couldn't even show up to the event.
Okay, that makes more sense. If both sides were to cancel because of suspicious reasons, then that makes more sense. If it's just one person who's canceling because and the other one is like determined, they put their hard work, sweat, tears, and dude, you're just ruining the sport at that point. Let's just hear more about it before I say more.
And Jaden was sick, too sick to box. And at first, you know, we even had his cousins, Tommy and Tino. They both told us, yeah, he was sick. He was super sick, so yeah. So that's why that fight was canceled. It was a good reason, yeah, cool. You know, we're still gonna see that fight in the future. Yeah. The main event between me and Hector. Hector had no fucking reason to quit. He literally gave up because he didn't want to, because he was scared of me. So serious, y'all. You guys can think I'm big, right?
Hold up. So let me get this straight. You quit because you're scared of Arcero, my friend. Even if you have a right to be scared, but no matter what, you got yourself in that situation. You got to complete what you did. If you get in trouble out there in the real world and you try to run away from the cops, and then you think, oh, just because they haven't found me for a certain amount of time, I'm free to do whatever I want again. No, you still got to pay your fucking costs, dude. Like, and there's consequences to this shit too, right? So because you did not want to show up, now you've lost your belt and you probably can't even fight anymore. And if they were to bring you back in, they probably would have to either have you fight at least a few matches with one of the best JSAA people in order to get your place back. You would have to just either take a beating. You would either have to win a preliminary match. You would dude, it's so bumfounding. Let's just keep getting into it.
I'm talking shit out a lot. I'm hyping myself up. No, I'm so serious. He was scared of me. He didn't want to do the match. Mid-fight, I was on a call with him. He was talking about he didn't want to do it today. His son Diego, he didn't want to do it today. Andrew, he didn't want to do it today. Everybody was telling me. The ref, Eli, Isaac, everybody was telling him do the match today. He had no good reason. At first, he tried to say, well, you know, he wanted to go get something to eat, or he was stuffed, or he was already too full to fight today. He couldn't say nothing about the weather. It was warm.
Wait, I don't know if I heard this correctly. Did he say he was too full or he wasn't full? Because if he's too full, who cares? Puke during the match. Just don't puke on your opponent or anybody else. Like, that's the point of the sport. You're supposed to put your hard effort and your soul into what you're doing. If your gloves don't have weight in them, not just because you've been punching the bag more or all of that, your weight in your gloves is your emotions. The more controlled your emotions are, and instead of it's hard to explain, but it's the essence of the sport. And if people don't know that, then why do it? I just don't understand. And if you're not full, I kind of understand, but you should have ate something before the match because you knew the match was gonna start, dude. You knew the match was gonna be there, so then why didn't you eat? Huh? Did you do this on purpose or something? You're it's not looking good for you, Hector. Let's just say that.
For no reason he gave up. He said he just doesn't feel like doing the match, and we could postpone the match. And I said, fuck no, we're gonna do the match today. And he said, nah, I don't feel like doing it today. Then we got him in talking about maybe it was the day of the fight. So I wouldn't trip if he'd have done it a couple days back. So, you know, we could have got some, a backup opponent. But no, you know, we could have got a replacement.
That's good. Even for an actual job, if you're quitting a job, you got to do it 2 weeks prior. Do things prior, so there's not so much backlash on it. Because if you were to quit a job just right now after you're in the middle of a shift, that looks bad on you. And I'm pretty sure they can put that on the back of your record for all other jobs you get in the future. It's you got to know these things. Man.
But nah, he fucking did this the day of the fight like a little bitch. And yeah, Hector, he ducked me, he scared me. And because of that, JSAA boxing in general, he got stripped of his belt. So he is no longer holds his belt. I still have mine. I don't know how for long, because you know I've been pretty inactive, so my belt might get stripped soon. But unless I get a match here, but he did get stripped, and he no longer is the JSAA boxing middleweight champion. So yeah, and then what other fights? And then a couple other fights on the undercard, I guess, like really couldn't go through. Well, a couple of them could, a couple of them couldn't. But we couldn't make an event with only 2 fights or 3. You know, like 3 weak fights though for the 200 subscriber card. No respect to who was on the undercard, but like Tommy Deja Vu, I think would have been a good one. Donovan and Hector or whatever. I don't think that would have been good. You know, I know I shouldn't be talking on my own channel like this, but fuck it. But Hector pulled out of the fight. He pretty much fucked the whole event when he pulled out of there. So yeah, anybody that was thinking he was a warrior, he was gonna be able to hang with me, he was gonna be able to end my undefeated streak. He was
Ended undefeated streak. I watched some of Hector's videos prior to this. What are you doing, Hector? What are you absolutely doing with your, like, those punches you're throwing? They might be powerful, but your accuracy is bad. Like, even a toddler could defeat you, bro. Like, I don't know if you're gonna be watching this or somebody's gonna share it to you, but I don't care, dude. Like, you can do what you want to me, but I'll still kick your ass. But anyways, Arcero would absolutely won that fight. I've seen. So look, I'm known as Arcero from 7th to 8th grade. I don't know him previous from back from that. But look, I've seen his fights from back in 7th and 8th grade. He was pretty decent. He was actually, like, you know, he was there. He was there. He was there. But after seeing these recent videos, he is in that mindset. He is locked in. The term locked in, he is like taking that tenfold. He is locked in. He's more, what do you call it? He's basically like One Piece. He has Conqueror's Haki. He doesn't even have to do anything and you're scared of him. It's either that or you a puny little whiny little bitch. It's either that. But anyways.
Fucking no. He's not on my level. He was scared of me. It shows even in the face-off. I got into his head so much that he didn't want to do the fight no more. He literally canceled. He says he doesn't feel like doing it. He was telling people, I don't see you trying to take on our sir, la la la. Who cares, bro? I gave Hector, I guess, too much respect, thinking he was gonna take this fight, and he didn't. You know, it's obvious he takes weak fights, you know, and that's not me saying Cordell's weak, but I'm just saying you beat Cordell. You took Cordell. No hesitation.
I see where you come from, Arcero. Like, why would he take Cordell? I'm not saying he's weak or anything, but I feel like he took Cordell thinking that he was going to win that because Cordell is probably smaller, and probably doesn't have too much experience. Actually, Cordell has more experience than me, but still, like, he's not, like, he does this for fun, I feel like. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But there's a big size difference in that. It could have been, I don't know, like, if Cordell's a middleweight or not. But I feel like there's a size difference right there at least, cause, like, dude, what? And Cordell's reach is not even that. It's not even there. Like, and I've seen you, and I've seen your arm reach, and it's pretty long. You're a pretty tall, lengthy dude. You're very skinny, like a toothpick, but still, you're a tall, lengthy dude. But matter of fact is I feel like you took Cordell on because you think you're gonna win because he was smaller or less experienced or had a shorter reach. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but it's in war. I know what's called as taking your advantages, but there's 2 different types. There's the bad way of war, which is basically taking advantage of your opponents, of what their weaknesses are. Sure, you win the war because of that, but there's the second way, which is what the samurais did, is they didn't take advantage of people's weaknesses. They wanted to do it for honor, so they try to weaken themselves so they're even with their opponent, so they could show who was really stronger. Like, it's a hard concept to explain, but anyways, let's just get into the rest of this.
No hesitation at all. For what? Just to cancel our fight? Yeah, I know he said, well, Cheryl's gonna forget about it. I done so much for the channel. Ain't nobody gonna forget about that shit, bro. You fucked the channel right there. You fucked it. He stripped of the belt.
I know some people think I understand some people are forgetful and like forget things and or just forgive you so easily. But dude, this is our Sarah takes this sport serious. You do understand this? He loves doing boxing. I truly feel like he does. And because he takes it so seriously, he expects the people he's fighting takes it seriously as well. Like, man.
And yeah, I know I'm making it seem kind of personal, but it's just so fucked up that I thought he was gonna do the match. If he would have told me he didn't want to do the match a week ago, cool, I'd have got a replacement. But he does it the day of the fight and couldn't even have a good excuse for it. Didn't have no excuse. He was just too fucking pussy. Okay. But the new 017 card will be announced, y'all. I will not be on it. We could not find me an opponent. We're setting it up. The fights will be announced probably during this spring or whatever. And yeah, sorry to disappoint y'all again. We try to get the matches set. Fortunately, JSAA Boxing has fake fighters and pussies. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say.
Okay. Well, end of the story, Hector. You're living underneath a fucking rock. You have no feelings for other people's feelings. You have no remorse. You take this sport. I don't know if you've done this to other sports, but it seems like you take other sports and just put them in the dirt because you do it just so it makes you look good when you're probably actually not good. Well, anyways, I'm sorry, JSAA Boxing, that one dude had to ruin the whole sport. He probably didn't ruin it forever, but just for this little tiny sliver moment, especially for you, Arcero, you would have been able to prove yourself with this fight. But then Hector had to be on some fuck shit. So, all apologies. I feel like Hector should give as many apologies, even though he shouldn't come back to the sport. But that's up to you guys. If you guys want to make him do like some sort of mission challenge or something, go against somebody or do something. It's just something, bro. It doesn't matter. I'm not saying you should bring him back in, but it's just an option if you want to, like, because I know even your enemies try to dog on you. It's if you try to dog on them back, you're basically just as good as them. But by all any means, that's up to you guys, not me. It's my opinion. Anyways, love you guys. Definitely want to talk to you again, Arcero. And bye-bye.